Guys, hello everyone, Vladislav Stashenko is in touch as always. And today in the first part of the video, there will be new recommendations on altcoins. We will also talk about some old coins that were previously bought with you. In the second part of the video, I will share my thoughts on the further movement of digital gold. Since you know where Bitcoin goes, so do we with our altcoins. The video will be as always interesting, positive, useful. Right now, put a fat, big, huge like in advance, and we will start. So friends, it's been a long time since I made a video. I missed you very much. So I was sitting in a bird's den and looking for the best altcoins for us, which perhaps will please us with access. And let's start from this moment in more detail. So, the first coin that I have now paid attention to is Sui. This is a hype project that was talked about a few months ago. Another blockchain miracle that will change the cryptocurrency world. But as we know, the most important thing for us is not some kind of technology or hype around all this, but of course to try to make access on it all. When this coin was listed, there were real highs. Naturally, it is absolutely uninteresting to buy at such a cost. Today, the coin been adjusted by about 2.5x and approached the value at which such large funds as Binance, Coinbase, ScamFTX and others entered. Sui had two stages of financing. The first one took place, in my opinion, 4 years ago, at which $65 million was collected. The second stage of financing is $300 million. And just the same, the value of the coin was $0.50. At the moment, plus or minus, we're close to this cost. And I think it would be not superfluous to add to a cryptocurrency portfolio to make, so to speak, the first purchase. And accordingly, if it turns out that somehow, thanks to perhaps another correction of Bitcoin, we will see the cost below $0.50 or 30 cents, then accordingly it will be possible to buy more. By the way, in the case of Sui, you can draw an analogy with Aptos, on which you and I managed to earn the same 5-6x. I remember there was a similar hype, the noise around Aptos, that this is a super blockchain, you need to take it. But you and I are tough guys. We know that taking on a listing is a big risk, and we need to see what the cost will be. In the case of Aptos, we waited for about 3 months, after which we saw a correction of about 3x. And just the same, it cost slightly about $3. I showed a video of what you need to take. After that, we managed to take this excess profit. I'm not saying that there will be a similar scenario with Sui, but there are such hopes, let's say, because the same fund, similarly, a large capitalization, a high project, and now we have already passed a certain correction. Perhaps this correction will continue, so you do not need to run to buy the whole cutlet now, but just make the first purchase. In case you decide to add Sui to your cryptocurrency portfolio. I will name the second and third coins together, because they are of the same field berries. So these are Floki and Pepe. Let me remind you that you and I managed to earn about 8x on Floki, because at one time I recommended this coin when it was trading almost at very bottom. After the purchase, we managed to earn a really super profit. Today the cost has not rolled back to the values at which we bought, but still from the peak values at which we fixed, it has significantly adjusted. And I have now decided to make my first purchase, because it is not a fact that Floki will be lowered again where it was. Let me remind you, this meme coin is with some support from Elon Musk, because he once pushed it on his Twitter, and I think everything is still ahead. And we know the power of Elon Musk when he took up Dogecoin, and the coin saw just fabulous access. In the case of Floki, there is room for growth, there is room for capitalization to grow, so I recommend keeping this coin in your cryptocurrency portfolio. Moreover, if you have fixed the excess profit that was, then now you can already start gradually, step by step, to gain positions. And of course to hold a certain amount of USDT, in case Floki goes lower, which may be. There is already a corresponding average position. The next meme coin, Pepe. And not one Peppa the Pig, but Pepe Toad. So earlier in one of my videos I talked about this meme coin, which has already made hundreds of X's. And of course the time when it was possible to earn $1 million with a couple of $100 has already passed. Today Pepe has taken such a firm position among other memes, and more people who, let's say, are not the last from the world of cryptocurrencies mention this meme coin one way or another. One of the latter is Arthur Hayes, a former CEO of the BitMEX exchange, who periodically writes his essays. let's say, shares his thoughts on the market, and there are competent thoughts there. So on the last essay, which, by the way, I threw off to my Telegram channel, there is a thought on the screensaver given by Pepe, who surfs on the waves, and the shark is chasing her. And there is a quote like, "No waves, no glory." So what did he want to say? How to interpret it? Write in your comments. Perhaps Arthur is hinting at something. Recently, I have observed that the value of this coin has stabilized, and the coin does not really want to fall further down. So you can add a small part of the amount in the hope of a few access. Well, the fourth coin is, of course, the most reliable asset on the cryptocurrency market, Ripple. The last time I mentioned this coin in my videos was about 4 months ago. The video was called "Ripple Kicks Stack to the Teeth." And it turns out, the video turned out to be prophetic. Ripple really won the court, it is not a security, and ahead I think the path to the stars is open, and we should expect $5–6. Of course it won't be tomorrow, because Ripple can't grow against the market, but when the market turns around, I think this rocket will fly to these values. At one time, I remember Ripple fought with Ethereum for the top 2 on CoinMarketCap, and I guess the time is still ahead. So, therefore, it is imperative that those who are not in this rocket need to add a coin to their cryptocurrency portfolio. As they say, you're smiling now, laughing, but the one who laughs, laughs last. Moving on to the second part of the video, namely our digital gold. As we know, where the father of all cryptocurrencies goes, so does the market as a whole. Just recently we saw such a significant correction, and the market justified it as follows. They say SpaceX sold $373 million worth of bitcoins, or the Chinese developer Avant went bankrupt there. In general, always, as you know, when something falls, you can always find some reason. In my opinion, to date there have been no black swans such as Scam FTX or Luna, and therefore, as they say, keep calm and wait for the rebound to continue. I hope he's still with us in this room. Of my fundamental expectations for Bitcoin, this is of course the adoption of Bitcoin ETFs in the USA. For the first time, I remember they started talking about it at the last bear market, but for everything, as you know, it takes time and prepare some kind of foundation. And today I believe that we're already close to this, and perhaps next year such giants as BlackRock will actually receive this permission. And after that, there will be an influx of new money into the crypto, and accordingly we'll be able to see those most cherished values and new highs. In general, we will keep our fists, as they say, and hope that this event will happen. Well, luckily from the positive, which may be in the near future, this is the announcement by such a giant, a mastodon in the field of mining, as Bitmain, of new mining equipment on Bitcoin. This announcement will happen, in my opinion, at the end of September, and often these releases led Bitcoin to some growth. In general, we hope that history will repeat itself, and Bitcoin will pull up the very altcoins that we bought. So guys, give me feedback in the comments. How do you like this video at all, and whether it was useful to you? Write what you think about those altcoins that I have listed. These are promising coins, well, or a stinky scam. Also share your thoughts on the topic of Bitcoin, we're waiting for the rise or fall. It is interesting to read your opinion. If you liked the video, if it was useful to you, put a fat like, subscription bell. In the description there is a link to my Telegram channel, where I put a lot of valuable, interesting and useful information. In general, it is necessary to be there. Thank you all so much for watching. I hug you, love you, good luck and bye!